Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And Ravin.
And we're about to play our first game of Song and Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
And I'm using the Free Folk and using the Greyjoys.
Yep.
At the start of the video we showed the points and what armies we're using too, the units too, and the attachments.
Yeah.
And this is from Season 4 too. We used the rules that just came out for it.
Yes.
So it's our first game with it, so it's kind of like a tutorial practice game kind of. We'll test it out.
Yeah.
Because the mode we're doing is Game of Thrones, the version. I think there's 10 different scenarios you can play.
I think so, yeah.
So, and we already set up the terrain. We have some actual terrain over top of it, but we have corpse piles. I forget, that's the tree too. I forget the one that gives inspiration. You get morale.
Yes.
And then you chose to cover the trees over there too?
Forest, yes.
Forest, okay. And we have the objectives on. We'll show them once we get over there too. You're supposed to put objectives, cards over each objective.
Yeah. And
our tray has to be fully over it to get them too. And Ravin was I picked deployment, so she went to go first.
Yeah.
And you opted for me to go because you have...
Because I have guys in reserve.
Yeah, you have your...
my Reaver captains.
So you want them to come. And I thought you could bring them both in. You can only bring in one.
One unit
right?
at a time. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go first.
Yeah.
And, that's a new rule too from point 4 is you count your... drops your NPCs and your combat units. And whoever has the least can get 2 pass tokens now. Yeah. So you can choose, instead of activating, you can use your pass token, and then the other person will have to go. And you get 2 of those a game.
Yes.
And you can use them any time during the round, each round. Each round you can pick, but you can use them whenever you want, but you only get 2.
Right.
And they don't refresh or anything. So I will go first. So we drew our tactic cards, and I got Endless Horde for one of them, and it's a trigger at the start of the turn.
Yep.
So I target one friendly infantry unit, attach this card to them, and until the end of the game, when this unit is destroyed, place one Free Folk Raiders unit with one raid. Oh, you get the raid leader too, with one raid leader attached to it, fully within long range of a friendly table edge, unactivated.
Cool.
So I'm going to put that on. I don't really want Tormod's unit to die, so I'm going to put it on my other Free Folk unit with Ygritte.
Okay.
So if that unit gets wiped out, I get another Free Folk unit with a Raider leader in there. I don't get Ygritte back, but I get a Raid leader in there too.
Nice.
So that was that trigger. Did you have any triggers to start a turn or anything with your cards? So I'm going to activate my Frozen Shore Bear Riders. So the only thing that changed, I didn't put it on my card, their morale went down to 5 now.
Okay.
So they're not going to panic as easy. It's 6 before, now it's 5.
Okay.
So that's good for them. Because they're cavalry, they get a free maneuver at the start. So I'm just going to move them up. So we'll go through some of the rules as a tutorial for start learning too.
Yeah.
So a maneuver you can pivot first, then you can move, and then pivot after.
Right.
So cavalry all gets that. They're a little slower than normal cav, but they're tougher too. They can...
Well, they're polar bears.
Yeah. So their movement is 4. That's a change. So I can pivot if I want first, but I'm not going to.
All right.
So that's going to move up 4. And then after they move, I can pivot.
Okay.
I'm just going to pivot around the center. I'm going to go towards that objective.
Right.
Because that objective, if your tray's fully on it, when you score points from this objective, so that's at the end of the turn, you score points.
Yeah.
You get 1 victory point for it. You also get victory points for killing the entire unit.
Right.
And yeah, for the objectives, you get victory points too. So it's round 2 we start scoring objectives. So not this round 2 we'll get.
Right.
But when you score, so round 2 is only when I'm going to score points. So even if I hold that one this turn, I'm not going to score points and get the objective ability from it.
Yeah.
But they did a free maneuver. Now I get to do a maneuver with them act normally.
Okay.
So they're just going to do a 4. I'm not going to pivot them. They're going to do a 4-inch move and then pivot after.
Okay.
So I'm not fully over the objective, so I don't control it yet. But they moved up 4 inches and they don't control it, and that's their turn. So I put the flag there to say that they have activated.
Yeah, because they have cool objective markers, which is awesome.
So now it goes over to you. So because you weren't the first player at the start of the round, you have to put your reserves in. I thought it was at the start of your turn.
No, it's at the start of the round.
Yeah, so you put them over there while my Bear Rider's over there.
Yeah. And now I'm going to activate.
And they don't come, they're unactivated when they come in, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you still get to move them, they just come in there.
Yes.
And you're not fully on the objective because you're 6 out.
Yeah.
But when you control it, you get Sundering if you control that one.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
So I'm going to activate Victorian's unit of Reavers, and they're going to just move 5.
So you're going to do a maneuver action?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to pivot first, or you just...
No, I'm going to move forward and then pivot a little bit. So their movement is 5.
Okay, so you pivoted at the end and you're right there?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the NPC board, so you have NPCs you can play on it too?
Yes.
That alter game effects and do certain stuff too?
Yeah, which is one of the really cool parts of this game.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick Caster. So Caster, I can pick one of these to do something.
Yep.
Or I can use this card. It says once per game at the start of any turn, you may restore 2 wounds to one friendly unit. So I can do that once per game with Caster.
Nice.
Or each time Caster claims his own, you may replace its effect, withdraw 1, pack this card, and restore 2 wounds.
Okay.
So I can heal people with Caster too.
Nice.
Or I could decide to pick what's on there.
Cool.
So I'm going to play it on the envelope, and I'm not going to play his card ability. I'm going to play that one.
All right.
So I draw 2 tactic cards and place any 1 condition token on an enemy unit.
Okay.
So I put a panic token on, what unit is that? Your Reavers?
Silence Men.
Silence Men. So there's panicked, vulnerable, or weakened tokens you can put on them.
Yeah.
And they stay on them until you find ways to remove them. They don't get cleaned up at the cleanup phase.
Right.
So panicked is, I can expend that token when you roll a morale test, and I can make you re-roll any of the dice too.
Okay.
All or any of them.
Okay. So I'm going to do the Silence Men now.
Okay.
And I'm going to put one of my tactics cards on them called Finger Dance. It's been updated for the new season.
So what's that do?
So at the start of a friendly turn, target 1 friendly combat unit. Attach this card to them until the end of the game. While attached, when performing a melee attack before attack dice are rolled, the attacker may suffer up to 2 wounds. For each wound suffered, choose 1. The defender becomes panicked. The defender becomes vulnerable. This attack may re-roll any attack dice.
Huh. So you do wounds to yourself to get bonuses?
Yes.
Cool. So you're going to put that on your...
On my Silence Men?
Those are the Silence Men, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it's the start of your turn you have to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that was that trigger. So now what are you going to do?
Now I'm going to move them over top of the objective.
Okay.
It would be, and maybe pivot them a tiny bit.
Okay. And then you're just moving up over the objective?
Yes.
Okay. Just because you played that card with them, you don't have to activate that unit with them, right? Unless it said that trigger on the card, but no, it's just at the start of your turn, you put it on them. You still don't have to choose that unit. You could have picked any of your other ones.
Right.
But you want to choose them to go over the objective.
Yes.
Okay. So you moved up and pivoted because I'm sure you don't want to flank charge because that comes, if you're used to, we're used to Warhammer Old Fantasy about getting rear charged or flank charged. It's bad for you.
Yep.
So you pivoted after you moved because you don't want that giant hitting you in the flank.
Absolutely.
But you control that objective now. And that objective isn't that a scoring one. It just says, well, controlling this objective, what you do, because you have more ranks covering the whole objective. Your tray has to cover it.
Yeah.
So you get Sundering. But you already have Sundering on that unit.
Yeah.
You basically have armor piercing. So you make my defense go down by 1. Right. But you can't stack it. So you don't have -2 now. You just have, if you ever lose Sundering, you can get it. But whatever.
Right.
So I'm going to play Lady Val. And I'm going to put her on the horses.
Okay.
So her card lets, each time Lady Val claims a zone, you may replace that zone's effect with 1 friendly combat unit performs a maneuver action or a retreat action.
Oh, nice.
So I can get out of there if I'm getting in damage. I can retreat with some.
Yeah.
Or I get a free maneuver action.
Cool.
The horses already gives you 1 friendly unit may make a free maneuver or retreat action. Anyway, it's the same as the card.
Cool.
I just don't want you to get that one.
Right.
So I'm going to use what states on that, and I'm going to give a maneuver action to my giant.
Okay.
So I got a free maneuver, so I pivoted my giant, and then he went towards your front there. I couldn't have got a flank, so I just went straight towards your front.
Right.
And because even though I gave him a maneuver, that's not an activation, so he still gets to go active afterwards.
Right.
So that's my turn. So you're going to activate Ash's unit, and they're Reapers, those ones are called?
Yes.
So another thing you can do besides maneuver is marching. So in this marching, you can't pivot at the start, but you can pivot after you move double your speed.
Yes. So their speed is 5. So she's going to move 10 and then pivot a little bit. And she'll be
close to that.
Not quite at the objective, but getting there.
Okay. So they moved up closer to the objective, and it's over to me. And you have 2 NPCs, right?
I do.
So do I. Okay. So my giant, now that I maneuvered him up with the horses, with Lady Val, I'm going to make a charge now.
Cool.
So when you charge, you roll a dice, and you add that to your movement value. you have to be within that value to make a to declare a charge.
Right.
So the dice plus your move, you have to be within that value to make a charge.
Yes.
So, and I do have cards to play like Devastating Impact, but it's not going to make a difference because I can make you panicked and vulnerable, but the Giant's attacks don't worry about defense, and you're already panicked already, so I'm not going to play that one.
Yeah.
I might keep that for my other units.
Right.
So he's going to charge in. Roll dice. Okay. Is that a 1 or a 6? Nope. I didn't. So the giant marker on there, I think, is a 6.
Okay.
Because the 1 is that marker.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 6 plus my 5. So I'm in.
Okay.
So when you charge in, you can align your base so 50% is covering, or your whole base is there. So I charged in, so I can decide if I want to move it to be 50% or not.
Right.
But just in case my free folk want to come in, I might move them a little bit over like that.
Okay.
And I want to get away from any units coming from my flank this way. So I don't want to give you room from going over here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move over a little bit.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get closer to you. I don't want to flank charge on my giant.
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit more than 50, but he's good.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to cover sometimes someone trying to get around your flank. So you want to make it, if I put it here, I'm covering the flank charge to come in here. I don't want to block them.
Yeah.
So that's the best bet. Not that if I had another cavalry unit or something to come around, but that's where it's going to sit.
Okay.
So when you charge, if it's a successful charge, you get to re-roll your attack dice too, which is the big thing with charging is you want to get the charge off.
Yes.
If you get a 1, it's a disorderly charge, and you don't get the charge bonus, so you don't get to re-roll your charge dice.
Right.
And you don't get to play tactic cards either, which is another big thing with your attack, because you want those triggers to go.
Yeah.
But I successfully did that, so I can play tactic cards in the combat now.
Okay.
Now, do you have any triggers for me charging you? Because that's another thing. Your opponent might have triggers for me charging you, or your unit might have some. I know Baratheons play, I think if you get charged, they get bonuses too.
Yeah.
So I do have cards to play if I do charge, like Devastating Impact, but I'm not going to, again, not play that because I don't need you to be panicked or vulnerable. I have, there's too many, but that's after when you do your panic test, so I'm going to play that once that happens.
Right.
And Overwhelming Assault, I don't have to worry about Critical Blow or Sundering because I don't have a bunch of dice. Sundering, you don't get armor saves anyway.
Right.
And then the other ones, and that also has, you may re-roll attack dice. I only roll 1 dice with a giant, so I'm not going to re-roll dice with that.
Okay.
Hopefully I won't get a 1. Knowing my luck, but let's see. Again, I said that was going at 6, so that's 2 6s for him.
Yeah.
So that would have been Critical Blow, actually. So critical, or precision, you take another hit if it's a 6, I think, and then Critical Blow, you add another dice too.
Okay. He doesn't have either of those things?
No, he doesn't. He has Vicious, which comes into play afterwards. The defender suffers -2 to their panic tests.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I want to play off the panic now with that.
Right.
So I got 1 to hit. So his rule is, hits from this attack cannot be blocked. If this attack generates any hits, which it did because I get 1 dice, instead of rolling defense dice, the defender suffers D3 wounds plus 1 wound for each wound he suffered. So the more you wound my giant, the more pissed off he gets and he does more wounds.
All right.
So I do D3 wounds. So it comes with the D3 dice.
Okay.
So you don't get armor saves on this. You just take wounds.
Okay.
2. So you take 2 wounds.
Okay.
Now, do you have a trigger? Everything sometimes has triggers for that. Some people get triggers for if they take wounds. So you lose 2 guys.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a defense dice because of the giant attacks.
Right.
And you get 2 off the back. So if you get attacked in combat and once you lose guys, if you suffer a wound, you have to do a panic test, or they're called morale test, panic test.
Yeah.
So, because I killed 2 of your guys, you're now panicked, you have to do a panic test.
Right.
Unless you have triggers that don't let you do them or anything.
No. On that unit, no.
Okay. So, your morale stat on your card, which is the flag on the card, what's the morale for that unit?
It's now 6+.
Why is it? Oh, it's
because it changed. It used to be 5.
Oh, okay. So it's worse now.
Yes.
The higher is worse, because that means you have to beat that number. Lower is better in this. There's particular games like golf, I think. It's like that. You lower the number, the better. So if you have 2 morale, you're always passing.
Yeah.
If you have 12, you suck.
Yep.
So your morale is 6.
Yes.
So you roll 2 dice and you have to beat that. Usually when people roll, they roll the 2 dice and then the D3, so they know if they fail, that's how many dice they lose.
Yes.
Also, I can trigger your panic token now after you roll. And I have a trigger for when you do a test too. So it's when an enemy is performing a panic test before the dice are rolled. So I have to do this before you roll.
Okay.
There's too many. So this is their generic card. It's not Torment's card because commanders have their own cards too.
Right.
And then the faction has their own set of cards that you add together.
Yes.
So the enemy suffers -1 to their roll for each of your friendly units in short range. I only have one unit. This card's good when they play off of sometimes hoarding people, but
That's why it's called There's Too Many.
Yeah, I just want to, because you're already vulnerable and you're getting panic, I want to try to stack it and try to get the most out of the attack and making you lose from being panicked.
Right.
So I'll play There's Too Many. So you're -1 now. So you got to remember that too. It doesn't go from a 6 to a 5. That makes you better. It goes up.
Yeah.
So
7.
7. So you have to be the 7 now.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You got 11.
Yeah.
So, and you would only lose 1 anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I could make you re-roll that 5. Oh, also, defender suffers -2 to their panic test because the giant is vicious. So you're actually at 9.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make you re-roll that 6. I'll make you expend the panic token.
Yeah.
And now you have to re-roll the 6.
Okay.
2. So you got 7.
Yeah.
You would have passed if I didn't have vicious, but it's 9, so you lose. So you lose out 1 more guy.
Right.
Because you rolled that already. So 1 will come off the bat.
Yeah.
Now you didn't have any triggers. There's always
I
once
had
you
a
get
trigger
used.
for if I passed a morale test.
Oh, okay.
I
That's the other
almost
thing
passed
when
it.
you're playing your opponent. There's lots of triggers. Once you get used to playing them, you know how to go back and forth. But it's good to check if there's a trigger for everything.
Yeah.
But you didn't have any for that?
No, because you made me fail it.
Okay.
If I had passed it, yeah.
Okay. And there's not like in other ones that we've played too that you don't run off. I haven't seen people get scared and run because there's
No.
panic tests in like fantasy and stuff.
Yeah.
Nope, you just stay there. You just took another wound.
Yeah.
And that token is expended. So that combat's done.
All right.
And now my giant is activated.
Okay.
There's other ones too that are cool with the NPCs. Even though they activated, you can still trigger them like with the swords. And you can trigger him again even though he's activated.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind too. If I had another NPC, I could target the swords and make my giant attack again.
Okay. So I'm going to play one of my NPUs called...
NPCs? Non-player
NPC.
characters? Yeah, Yeah, non-player characters, I think.
Or
Yeah.
non-player units. I'm not sure what they're called.
Okay.
But Roderick Harlaw, I'm not going to use his card.
So what's his card do, actually?
His card is Roderick begins the game with 2 order tokens. At the start of any turn, you may remove 1 order token from Roderick. If you do, place any number of tactic cards from your hand to the side, then draw +1 that many cards. Shuffle the cards you set aside into your tactics deck.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that one, but I am going to put it on the swords.
Oh, so you're going to do what I just said, even though they've activated? So what's the swords do?
The swords does 1 friendly unit may make a free attack action.
So
The Silence Men are going to attack that giant.
So you said you're not going to use finger dance, right? You don't
No.
want to. You have to do it before you roll the dice, and then you get bonuses, but you don't want to lose any wounds to attack.
No, it says may.
Okay.
So I'm not going to use it yet. So I'm just going to attack with the great axes.
Okay.
So the great axes hit on a 3+, and then it has 3 numbers beside the 3+. One's in green, one's in like a yellowy orange color, and one's in red.
So when you have full rank, it's the green,
Yeah.
and when you have your second rank, so that's your full attacks, that's your second attacks, and that's your other attacks. So the least ranks you have, the least attacks you get.
Yeah.
There's some units that, I think it's a cave dwellers for the free folk. The more ranks they've lost, the more attacks they get. It's the opposite.
Yeah. So because you haven't destroyed the entire back rank,
Yeah.
I still get
You have to
full.
destroy the entire rank to get it.
Yeah. So I get 7 dice,
Okay.
and it hits on a 3+. And I have Sundering.
Yeah, and you already have Sundering because of your objectives. So that means I don't. Sundering is I -1 to my defense dice. So the giant has defense 4, so he'll have defense 5 now.
Okay. Whoa, that wasn't great. So
And you didn't charge, so you don't get to re-roll those, unfortunately.
no, so I got 3 hits.
Okay. So I have to pass these on a 5 now, because he's normally 4. What do we get here? We got a 5. I fail. Oh, I would have passed normally, but I only passed 1.
All right.
So I take 2 wounds. So now, because I suffered wounds, even though he's a solo unit, I still have to do a panic test.
Right.
So The giant has a cool ability, though, that this unit can only suffer a maximum of 2 wounds for failing panic tests. So even if I roll a 3, I can only fail by 2.
Okay.
So my morale is 5 with him.
Yeah.
I passed. I got a 7.
All right.
Because I would have lost 1 more, but I passed.
Yeah.
So he's good.
Cool.
But now you pissed off the giant because now he has 2 wounds. So now you're going to take D3 plus 2 more because he has 2 wounds.
Okay.
So the things with giants is kill them. If you're going to attack them, kill them or they're going to get angry and kill you.
Right.
So I'm just going to march up my other giant. So he's going to march and then pivot after.
Okay.
So he just moved up and pivoted a little bit because I'm watching those guys coming from my flank. So I turned a little bit.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe getting a flank charge off on those depending how you place them.
Yeah. So I'm going to activate another MPU and PC. Aaron Greyjoy. His card is Aaron Greyjoy may only influence Greyjoy units. And influences when this unit claims a zone, attach this card to a combat unit till the end of the round. While influencing a unit, when that unit performs an action, before resolving that action, it restores 1 wound. And when it destroys an enemy with a melee attack, it restores 1 wound for each of its destroyed ranks.
Oh, cool.
Which is neat. But I'm not going to use that card. I'm going to put him on the money bag.
What does that do?
So it restores up to 3 wounds and removes 1 condition token from 1 unit.
Oh, so if they still had panic, you could have removed it.
Yeah, but I'm going to restore the 3 silenced men on the back.
Okay. And the remove token has to be from the same unit you heal, too.
Yes.
So you're back to full now.
Yep.
Nice. So I'm going to activate my Free Folk Wish You Agree. C has an order. They're abilities that trigger 2, kind of like cards.
Yeah.
It's at her one is mark target. Target 1 enemy in line of sight and long range, they become vulnerable.
Okay.
Long range is 12 inches.
Right.
And it's at the start of the turn. Start of friendly turn. So the start of my turn's already done, so I can't do that. So I'm going to do it next turn.
Okay.
I was going to march them. I'm just going to do a maneuver action with them. So they're going to pivot first and then move up to their 5 distance.
Okay.
And they're done. So now it's over to you.
So I made a slight mistake with Aaron Greyjoy's card. They've updated it that the end of it now is each time it destroys an enemy rank with a melee attack, it restores 1 wound. Not for each of the destroyed ranks, just 1 wound.
Okay.
So I'm going to activate the House Harlow Reapers.
Okay.
And they're going to march. So they're going to move double their movement, which is 12.
Oh, they move 6? Okay.
And then they're going to pivot.
Okay. So you're over by the tree there, so your morale is better now too. Anyone within 6 inches short range. So they weren't in 6 inches when you had to do the panic test?
No.
And another cool thing with Greyjoys is they get pillage tokens, right? So how does that work?
So each time a House Greyjoy unit destroys an enemy rank with a melee attack, it gains 1 pillage token. A unit may have up to 2 pillage tokens at any time. That unit gains the following based on the number of pillage tokens. Effects are cumulative. One plus 1 to morale test rolls, and 2 plus 1 to attack die, sorry.
Okay. So with solos, that's what I also wanted to check. I don't have ranks with the giant, so you don't get pillage tokens for doing. That's what I want to make sure you wouldn't get any pillages for the giant, which would be weird. You'd be pillaging a giant, but
well, we might have stuff.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's you?
Yep.
Okay. So you're done with your activations?
I am.
And I have Tormod's unit with the Spearwives. So they got something cool too, that if they throw their spears, they can charge afterwards.
Yeah.
So do the Bear Riders too. They have it too.
Cool.
But I'm not in range to do that. So what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to march up and then pivot.
Okay.
So that's everybody activated now. So that's the end of the round.
Yeah.
So if there's any triggers for end of round, victory points, we don't get any this turn because it's round 2 that we start getting victory points.
Right.
And in a 40-point game, the first person up to 10 points wins.
Okay.
So we removed our activation tokens, and you remove any influence too. We don't get any victory points because it's not round 2 yet. No one's killed the whole unit. So now you draw up to 3 tactic cards if you don't have 3, and you can discard any 2. Yeah. You can only have up to 5 in your hand. I'm going to discard Devastating Impact because I already have 1.
And I'm going to discard the Iron Price, which has been updated for this season.
Okay. I'm going to discard and then you draw up to 3. So I only have 2 in my hand, so I'm going to draw 1 more, and you're going to draw 1 more.
Yeah, I have 1 in my hand. So
so you're going to draw 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then it will be your turn.
Yep.
So your other unit that's in reserve can't come in because you're the first player now. So you have to wait till your third turn for them to come in.
Yes, because that's part of the Reaver Captain's card at the start of any round if you are not the first player.
Okay.
You may place one unit from reserve fully within short range of a friendly or flank table edge unactivated.
Okay. So you said you're going to activate Victorian?
Yep.
Victorian's unit? Okay.
So he's going to march. So he's going to move up 10, which should get him right on that objective, and then pivot slightly so you can't play charge.
Okay. You also didn't have any cards that triggered at the start of round or
Nope.
any things like that?
Nope.
Neither do I. Have mostly Tormods, charge stuff, and overwhelming people. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll move them up.
Yeah.
So you control the objective. What does that objective do? You give someone panic, I think.
When you score points from this objective, one enemy in long range of this unit controlling this objective becomes panicked.
Cool. So at the end of round 2, you score victory points. So then you make someone panic at the end of round 2.
Yep.
So you only get that ability once you score from it, which is at round 2 at the end.
Right.
You don't when you control it, which you got right now.
Yeah.
So I was debating if I was going to charge in with, throw my spirits with my spear wives and charge in. But I think I'm going to go with my giant first because I don't want you to hit me back.
All right.
And they've already activated, so I'll wait. It's debating when I'm going to use my sword or not. Okay, so the giant's going to go. I don't get my charge bonus now because I've already charged in.
All right.
So I'm going to see if there's any triggers for cards or anything. So we both have no triggers with cards, so I'm just going to attack with a giant.
All right.
1 dice, don't get a 1. Got a 5.
Okay.
So you take D3 wounds plus 2 more because I have 2 wounds.
Okay.
Oh, 3 wounds plus 2 more, you take 5 wounds. So I got a rank on.
All right.
So your morale is 6 plus, minus 2 because I'm vicious. I don't lose that. He always has that even though he didn't charge or anything. It's just ability on his card. So he always has vicious.
All right.
So it's 6. So you're at 8 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to beat 8. Six, 7. Oh, vicious helped me twice now.
Yep.
So you take 2 more wounds. Slowly going through them.
Yep.
And then it's over to you.
Yep. So, we forgot to move.
Oh, yeah, it's round 2.
Round 2
Okay.
here. And I'm going to activate Roger Carlaw, NPC again, and I'm going to put him on the money bag.
You're not going to use his card ability?
No, which
Okay.
restores up to 3 wounds and removes condition token from 1 unit. I'm going to put 3 wounds back on my poor silence men.
So you still have you don't got your 3rd rank now, but
at least I got 2.
okay. And that's you?
Yep.
Okay. So because I don't want you to get the swords to attack twice, on my giant, I'm going to use Ready Vol and just use the ability on the swords to get friendly unit may make an attack action. So my giant's going to attack them again.
All right.
So she claimed the swords, and I'm going to roll a dice. Don't roll 1.
All
right. Shit. I rolled a 1. Oh, you're sitting over there. You can't see it, can you?
No.
I didn't roll 1.
You did.
I did roll. Yeah, so I botched my roll.
Okay.
Too bad. I think I have a card where I can re-roll it, but I'm going to double check. I think that's only if I charge.
Okay.
So overwhelming assault, I had to do it before I rolled the dice. And before friendly unit engaged with the defender choose 1, I could have re-rolled the attack dice. Which he only has 1, but you always think you're going to hit another 2, but I botched it. So at least I took the swords away from you.
Yeah.
And the giant's done.
All right.
Well, Lady Vol's done to trigger the giant.
Yeah.
So now you're going to attack me back with the Science Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
So because I got 2 ranks, it's 6 dice.
Are you going to do your finger dance by taking wounds or anything? So you're not doing finger dance?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's 6 dice because I still got 2 ranks. Hits on a 3 plus.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I got reflex in there.
So 3.
And you didn't charge, so no rerolls or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have... Oh, and you have Sundering too, right?
Yes.
So I have armor 5 then.
Okay.
Oh, I failed all of them. I have no reroll, so I get 3 wounds. He has 6 total. The mammoths have 8 wounds. I'm going to paint up those. I put a giant on top of one. I'm looking forward to do that.
Yep.
They don't get any bonuses with a giant. It's just they rolled them in the show, so I wanted to put one on top.
Yeah.
So he has 1 wound left. So he's super pissed, but he only has 1 wound. So I was hoping to get the money back to heal back up my giant after you attack, but you already took it.
Yeah.
So that goes that option. So what am I going to do now? So because I'm debating on what I'm going to do, and I'm going to test it out anyway, because I had less units than you at the start, I'm going to use one of my pass tokens. So I'm going to pass my turn. I don't lose any activations. It's just I use a token, and now it goes over to you.
Okay. So I'm going to activate Ash's unit, and she's going to march. So she's going to move up on top of the objective, and then pivot, so those jerks don't charge me on the fly.
Okay. So you control that objective and that one, and because a solo unit only has ranks up to its wounds, so I only have 1 wound left, I have 1 rank. If I had 4 wounds, I'd have 6 ranks.
Yeah.
But you're winning that. So you control 3 objectives now.
And the card that's with this objective, when you score points from this objective, so it has to be that.
Yeah.
1 friendly unit in long range of this unit controlling this objective may shift 3 inches.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you pivoted, so...
Yeah,
then,
you're charging me on the flank.
Yeah, you have 2 front charges maybe, but not a flank.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to use Caster maybe to heal my other giant, but I might put Caster on the horses so I can maneuver up and maybe try to get a flank charge on your commander's unit, Asha. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Caster on the horses.
Okay.
But I can also trigger once per game at the start of any turn, you may restore 2 wounds to 1 friendly unit. It doesn't have to be the unit that I influence from dropping them on the horses. So I'm going to heal 2 wounds off my other giant that has 5 already.
Okay.
And then put the horses on that giant.
Okay.
So I heal 2 off my other giant, and then this giant's going to do a maneuver action.
All right.
So I'm going to move up and then pivot so I can try to get a flank.
Okay.
So gave him the flank charge. And that's my turn.
So I'm going to activate the House Harlaw Reapers.
Is there anyone in that unit, like a commander or anything?
He's called a War Sword.
Oh, what's he do?
So he, after this unit completes a melee attack, if the defender suffers any wounds, this unit restores 1 wound, plus 1 additional wound for each of the defender's destroyed ranks.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You reap people to get wounds back?
He's got vicious. Yeah.
Cool.
So they're going to pivot.
Yeah, because you can free 60 pivot at the start because you're doing a maneuver action, right?
Yeah. Pivot, move over top of that objective.
Pivot back.
Pivot again.
Okay. So then you control another objective.
Yeah.
Nice. So now you control that objective?
Yeah.
What's that one do?
When you score points from this objective, 1 enemy in long range of this unit controlling this objective becomes vulnerable.
Oh, cool.
Is that giant within
12
range?
Should be. We'll check. Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe not the objective. You're underneath the objective, but...
Yeah, not quite.
Okay. So then it's over to me?
Yep.
So at the start of my turn, I'm going to do a couple triggers.
Okay.
So surrounded and exposed, start of any turn. It's the start of my turn. Target 1 enemy unit. For each of your friendly units in short range of that enemy beyond the first, enemy gets 1 condition token. So short range is 6. Tormod's unit with a Spearwise are within 6.
Yeah.
And the giant is my second one within 6.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Victorian's unit 1 condition token because there's 1 unit after the first.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it, what's the armor on them? Do you know? So I'm going to give it a vulnerable tokens because I want to lower your armor from 5 to 6.
Okay.
So I'm going to give that a vulnerable token to Victorian.
Okay.
He can, I know Asha can't take influence by a bunch of stuff, right?
No.
Okay. So I triggered that surrounded and exposed on him. The next thing I'm going to trigger is Ygritte's start of a friendly turn, which is the start of my turn now.
Yeah.
Her order is target 1 enemy in line of sight and long range. They become vulnerable. So your silenced men are within long range, so I'm going to make them vulnerable. So she can do that order once a turn. Once it each round she can do that. Your orders. So now after those triggers, I'm going to activate the Frozen Shore Bear Riders.
Okay.
So they're going to do a ranged attack because they do have Spear Toss, which is short range. So for ranged attack, you get a free shift up to 2 inches.
Okay.
And short range is 6 inches. So I have to be within 8 inches to hit you.
Okay.
So once they're activated, because they're cavalry, they get a free maneuver action. So I'm going to pivot them and then move up 4.
Okay.
So they pivoted around the corpse pile. Now I'm going to do a ranged attack. So it's a range, I get to move up 2 inches and then shoot at short range, which is 6.
Okay.
So as long as you're within 8 inches, I can do a ranged attack on you.
Right.
So ranged attacks also go off of rear and flank. So depending where your main frontage is, that's where you're doing the ranged attack.
Right.
That's a little. If I'm going to say that's a front attack, it's close to maybe being flank, but I'm going to say it's front.
Okay.
So for spear toss, I get 4 dice, and it's only spear and maul that gets bonuses. So I'm going to do 4 dice hitting on a 3.
Okay.
3 of them hit.
Okay. So their armor's a 5+.
No. Ooh, so they take 3 wounds. And then you got to do a panic test. So what's their morale?
7+.
Does C add to morale or anything? Some commanders add.
No, it's panic test stuff mostly.
Okay.
So.
4, 5, 6. You failed and you lose 3. Oh, you don't get any.
No. Oh. The unit gains +1 to panic test rolls and suffers -1 wounds from failing panic tests.
Okay, so you get +1. So you rolled 6, 7.
Yeah.
So you just passed.
Yes.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yes. And each time the unit passes a panic test, and one enemy engaged with it suffers 1 wound.
Cool.
But I'm not engaged with anyone.
Nope, because I'm not engaged with you yet.
So.
Cool. Lucky that ability saved you. You would have lost 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay. So their trigger for their order, charge and volley. After this unit completes a ranged attack, which they just did,
Yeah.
this unit performs 1 charge action on the defender.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so now they're going to charge because I'm definitely in.
Yeah.
But that's going to trigger another one of my cards. So now I'm going to play Devastating Impact.
Okay.
It's when a friendly unit is performing a charge action, after rolling the charge dice, enemies successfully charged by this unit become panicked and vulnerable.
Okay.
And if this targets Toma's unit, they can re-roll it. You have a trick. Can I not play cards against you with Asha?
Yeah. Ashes. This unit may never be targeted by enemy orders, tactics cards, or be influenced by enemy NCUs.
So I'm not. Oh, I am targeting him. When a friendly user after rolling dice, enemy successfully charged by this unit. So I'm charging, but I'm targeting that unit with panic. So because the card targeted my unit, because it even says even after, if this targeted Tormund's unit, because I can reroll distance, but because I'm targeting the unit with panic and vulnerable, I don't think I can target her unit because I'm giving them the target of panic and vulnerable.
Right.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
It might be different. We don't have that much experience. If people know, let us know. But I think that's how that's played.
Yeah.
So I won't use that card then on them because I can't.
Okay.
But they're still going to charge you.
Okay.
So I got to roll a dice. Of course, I rolled off. I rolled a 4. I think I'm only 4 away, plus their movement of 4. I mean, it was an 8.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna,
for sure with it.
that's a front charge too.
Yeah.
So they get all the abilities because Spear and Maul gets Vicious, Sundering, and Precision. So they're mean on the flank.
Yes.
And I'm going to play Overwhelming Assault. So when a friendly unit is performing a melee attack before rolling attack dice, which I'm going to do now, each friendly unit engaging the defender, choose 1. So there's only 1 engaging them right now. Ooh. Or do I wait for my giant to charge flank? For each friendly unit engaging the defender, choose 1. This attack may re-roll attack dice. No, I'll do it for this one.
Okay.
So I only get to pick 1, though. I can re-roll attack dice. I don't need to do that because I charged. So I'm going to get to do that anyway.
Okay.
This attack gains Sundering. I already have Sundering. And this attack gets Critical Blow. So I'm going to pick Critical Blow. So now I have all the abilities.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'll roll my attack dice. You don't have any triggers or anything from charge or attack, right?
No.
Okay.
Not unless I'm rolling a morale test.
Okay.
Not till then.
So I want 6s here. They get 6 dice. Did I roll a lot of 1s? That's a lot of crap. Ugh. That's a pretty crappy roll. Oh, I attack though. So lucky that's a charge. So I charge, so I get to re-roll those dice because I rolled a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2, and a 4 and a 6.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay, so I re-roll the crappy rolls. So you don't have to re-roll all the dice. You can choose which ones you get to re-roll.
Okay.
So you roll these. That's you can see the roll. It's like, so there's 3 6s, a 4, 2 4s, and a 5.
Oh.
So those 3 6s, because of precision, the defender does not get to roll a defense dice, but instead suffers 1 wound. So you get 3 wounds off the bat.
Okay.
And then because of critical blow, for each attack rolls of 6, the defender suffers +1 hit. Wow. So those give me 3 more hits. So add the dice there. So then you have 6 more defense dice now that you have to roll defense on.
Okay.
And because they have Sundering, you're -1 to your defense. So your armor is normally 5, so now it's a 6?
Yep.
Okay. You save 2.
Yep.
4 more are gone. So your morale is what, 7?
Yes.
So now it's 9 because they are vicious.
Yeah, but because I have Iron Resolve from Asha, I get +1 to panic test rolls and -1 wounds from failing panic tests.
Okay.
Nope.
7, 8. Oh, you needed a 9, so vicious helped me.
Yeah.
So you failed that. So you take 2 wounds because you would take 3, but you're -1 because of her Iron Resolve.
Yes.
But you still take 2, and there's only 2 left in that unit.
Yeah, and one of them happens to be my commander.
So
The whole unit's gone.
Okay. So now that Ash is dead, I don't think you can use her commander cards either.
I don't think so.
When I went over the new rule book, I didn't see it anywhere, but I don't think you can. She's dead, so it wouldn't make sense you could use her commander cards.
Yeah.
You can use their generic cards, but not their commanders.
Yeah.
And some games you get another point for killing the commander. I'll double check. I think you only get a victory point for killing a unit.
Right.
She just happened to be in it.
Yeah.
So once you do a charge and completely destroy the unit, including panic test, it says, you can surge forth, which means I get a free maneuver action. Anyone that was engaged, so if the giant was engaged, he would get a free pivot.
Right.
So I'm going to do a maneuver action now.
Cool.
So I just maneuvered so I could go there so I can control that objective.
Yeah.
And that's their turn. That worked out better. I didn't know they were that vicious kind of me.
Neither did I.
Jeez.
That was impressive.
They're more points than the giant, though. They're 8 points, and the giant is 7. So.
Yeah.
And the mammoth is only 6 points, too. I thought he would be.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to activate Aaron Greyjoy now. I'm not going to use his card. I'm going to put him on the crown.
Okay.
So one enemy unit must make a panic test and suffer -1 to their roll.
Okay, so who's doing the panic test?
The giant with the wounds.
Okay. So -1 to his roll, so his morale is 5, so it's 6 now?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's nothing else that triggers no vicious. I'm not near a corpse pile. I'm not within that to get +1 because that tree's inspiring.
Yeah.
So nope. So I got to roll better than a 6. I rolled a 12. That giant's been rolling a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
Except that one roll that he rolled a 1. He's making up for it.
Yep.
So he's good.
Okay.
So that giant was going to try to charge Ash's unit in the flank, but it's already wiped out. So there goes that plan. So his new plan is to just do a maneuver, and I'm going to do a pivot and then go towards your flank of those guys.
Yeah.
So he turned around, and he's going to go after them. And you have to stay an inch away when you move up. So I can't move right up to you and march block you and not let you move. You have to give them an inch.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if that's changed. I didn't see that either. If it's more now, but it used to be, I believe, an inch.
Okay.
And you have no more activations, right? Because you have 1 in reserve?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no point in me passing or anything. So I still have the Spearwives and the Free Folk.
Yeah.
Wish you greet. So I'm afraid to charge in this turn Victorian's unit.
Yep.
So I might throw spears at them, and then next turn, because I go first, try to hit you with a giant in the front.
Because Victoria's way mean.
Yeah. I think he hits back if I hit you, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm 9 inches away. I'm going to try to declare a charge on your front with the Free Folk.
Okay.
Free Folk Raiders. They are all Free Folk, but Free Folk Raiders.
Yes.
Wish you great. So their movement is 5 plus 4. It's exactly 9. That's what I needed. So they get a front charge in.
All right.
You don't have any triggers for charges or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
All the tactics cards I pulled were all Asha cards, and she's dead.
Okay.
So, but they were all about morale tests anyway.
So their stuff is triggering morale tests. So.
Morale and panic tests.
And so far, mine is charging with Tormund and then overwhelming with their standard cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to charge in. So now I'll play Devastating Impact.
Okay.
And you play it, I was worried it's before. It's after rolling the charge distance, which I already did.
Yeah.
Enemies successfully charged by this unit become panicked and vulnerable. You're already vulnerable, but I'm going to make you panicked.
Okay.
And if I target Tormund's unit, I can re-roll the charge distance. But I didn't choose Tormund, but you are now panicked also.
Okay.
You can't double stack vulnerable, so you can only have 1 condition token.
All right.
So they get 6 dice. I think, yeah, full ranks, 6. Yeah. And I didn't check what they hit on. Hit on a 4. So 1, 2, 3. I'm getting lots of 6. These guys are good for 6s. I'm going to use these for zombie side too. So 4 hits.
Okay.
They're not vicious or anything. It says, no, you're vulnerable and you're panicked. So you get your normal armor save. So standard 5. You made 1. I am going, because you don't, screw it. I'll make you expend the vulnerable token. So reroll that 5.
Nope.
So you lose 4 guys.
Okay.
So because the giant has vicious, it doesn't go on to that unit because that's not the unit that's attacking. Even though they're locked in combat with the giant, you only get the abilities of the combat unit you're facing.
Right.
So you're still, what's your normal morale for them?
It's 5+.
Okay.
And each time this unit passes a morale test, it restores 1 wound.
Oh, cool.
I haven't passed one yet, so.
You did that time?
Yep.
So you restore 1 wound?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got your rank back. So now you still attack with 2 ranks just because that one guy?
Yep.
Oh, but you have panic. Sorry. Reroll that 4 because you're panicked. Damn it. Okay. Even though you passed, I still expended the token. So
right.
Even you still have to expend it too, even if they passed it afterwards. So that's that combat, and then you still have none still, right?
So
you have no more units to activate right now because you have units in reserve, right?
Yeah.
So I still have the Spearwives. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to make that charge. I'm too afraid of it. So I'm just going to do the spear.
Okay, well, why are you afraid though?
Because I can still, because the bears did it, they could throw their spears and attack, and they can, if it was a bear charge maybe, but they're not as strong as the bears.
Oh, okay.
They have just spears, not bear mouth.
All he does is attack you back if you attack him.
Yeah, right.
That's all he does.
This game shifts too, because it looks like it's in my favor, but I don't want to screw myself by losing my commander.
Yeah.
But I'm going first. Yeah, let's screw it. I'm going to do a charge attack then.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw the spears at you. Same thing how they triggered. I'm going to throw the spears first.
Okay.
So I get to shift up 2 inches. So I shifted up 2, and now I'm going to throw my spears at you.
Okay.
4 dice. I'm getting wrong. These dice pretty good. I believe the spears hit on 4, so they all hit.
Okay.
And Tormod makes their melee attacks have Sundering, not their ranged attacks.
Okay.
They only have 5 armor?
Yeah, 5+.
Oh, so your army doesn't have really... I figured they would have more, because the Irons, they would have more armor saves?
No, there's one unit that I don't have that the armor is better, but...
Yeah.
So, 5+. Nope.
Ugh. Sorry. You lose 4.
4.
Yeah, it's weird. The Spearwives have the same armor save as them, and they have fur and cloth on, and you have iron and armor? That's weird.
Yep. That's until you score points. Okay, never mind. I'm
Okay.
going to make a panic test.
Okay.
So, their morale is 7+.
I see the 6. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So now I'll do their order. This unit performs 1 charge action on the defender after you complete a ranged attack. So I'm going to charge you.
Okay.
I'll just roll here. Of course, I rolled a 1. So that's a disorderly charge. So now I can't use tactic cards on them.
Yeah.
And I don't get to reroll my attack dice because I disorderly charged you.
Okay.
Because, like I said, they're probably scared of Victoria.
Yeah.
But I still get it in. It's not a failed charge because I still get my distance because their movement is 5. It is now 6. Used to be 5. Now it's 6.
Okay.
And their spears are 7/7/4 now, not 6/6/4.
Okay.
So they are in. So when you did your charge, you get a free pivot as long as you have line of sight of what you're charging at.
Yeah.
I got into combat and did 50 so I can get my giant in next turn.
Right.
And now I'm going to attack. Okay. So 7 dice with no rerolls because it was a disordered charge, and I can't use cards. I don't have any anyway.
Okay.
And the spear hits on 4, and it has Sundering because of Tormod's ability.
Okay.
That jumped over, still on it. So 1, 2, 3. I hit on 4s, right? Yeah. And I can't re-roll that, unfortunately. So 3 hit with -1 armor.
So I need 6s.
Okay.
Nope.
I don't need to use your token. You're vulnerable, so you lose 3 more. And then panic test.
Yep. 7+. 8.
You're good.
Yeah.
And they passed the morale test. Did something happen?
No.
Oh, what was the one you healed the wound earlier? What was that from? Oh, that was from, was that the Silence Men?
Yes.
Okay.
These guys, after this unit is attacked, this unit may perform 1 melee attack action.
And that's because of...
Victorian.
Okay, it's not because of the unit, it's Victorian that does it.
Victorian. Relentless.
Okay.
So,
He doesn't have anything like you attack with full attacks or anything. You just get one attack back?
Yes. Melee attack action.
Okay.
So.
You have 2 ranks.
Yes. So I get 6 dice. Hits on 3s.
Okay. They don't have any other bonuses if you have less ranks or destroyed or anything like that?
Nope. They have Sundering.
Oh, cool.
But he doesn't have Pillage tokens. 6 dice. Hits on 3s.
And you didn't charge or anything? You have no triggers for bonuses, I don't think.
Nope. So 3.
And Sundering, so my armor is 6.
All right.
So even though you had a vulnerable token on there, the Spearwives actually give Furious Charge, so you would have got a vulnerable charge token anyway?
Yeah.
But 6s, I saved 1. I don't have any tokens, so I lose 2. And then I got to do a panic test.
Yeah.
I need to beat a 7. Jeez. The dice have been in my favor this game.
Yep.
I'm good. So that was a deadly turn, that one.
It was.
So at the end of the round, the tokens stay on the condition tokens. The influence leaves. Everything gets cleaned up, and then we'll score too.
Okay.
So we'll do the points first, then do the triggers from the objectives.
Yeah.
So I control that objective because I'm more on that. So that's 1 point for me. And then you're over top of objective here, right?
Yes.
Because you have the card there. But I have more ranks than you, so you don't get the objective. But I don't get to steal it from you because my tray's not over top of it for this rule. Yeah. So now you're stopping me from getting it, but I'm stopping you from getting the points.
Yeah.
Same thing happened over here. I have more ranks than you because of my free folk engaged with you and my giant too.
Right.
But you have that victory over there. So we both get a victory point, and then 2 are contested.
Yeah.
How many are on there too? And then there's one over there that no one has.
1, 2.
There should be 5 total.
4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. See there. So we both get 1 victory point. Then we'll do the triggers for the objectives.
All right.
So you would have had Sundering, but I took it from you from having more rank, so you don't get that one.
I'm pretty sure they have Sundering anyway.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
And then that one.
When you score points from this objective, one enemy in long range of this unit controlling this objective becomes panicked.
Okay, so no, but you don't get that one because I have more. What's that one?
When you score points from this objective, one enemy in long range of this unit controlling this objective becomes vulnerable.
So you control that unit, long range. So 12 inches of them, someone becomes vulnerable. Who do you want?
So who's in 12? They are for sure in 12. They are not. So let's make Ygritte's unit vulnerable.
Okay. So that was that trigger.
Yep.
And then for my one, what's the trigger on the bears?
When you score points from this objective, one friendly unit in long range of the unit controlling this objective may shift 3.
Huh. Long range would only, that's definitely, I can see thinking that's not 12 from the unit there. I don't want to shift that giant. Oh, shift. So I can shift sideways.
Yes.
Give myself more of a flank, but then I'm going to be in the corpse pile. So no, I'm good.
Okay.
So I'll shift them a tiny bit because then it'll be more, because that was we're like half-half.
Yeah.
Think if it's half-half, you get the pick, but I'm going to move over just right up to the corpse pile. So then it's definitely probably a flank charge.
Okay.
So now that would be a flank charge from the giant.
Yeah.
So that's turn 2. So it's over to turn 3.
Yeah.
And it's my turn, but you can bring in your reserves now. So you came on the flank here.
Yep.
Trying to get your range. I didn't even know you had ranged attacks, so you're going to try to shoot me over there?
Yes,
they have long range too, right?
Yes, they do.
Nice. So then it will be my turn 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start round 3. And I drew my new tactic cards, and you draw 3 new ones too, right? Because you had...
I did, because I had all Asha cards and she's dead.
So. Okay. So I think the first activation... Actually, I'm going to do the trigger at the start of the turn, the order from Ygritte.
Okay.
So hers is... Start a friendly turn. Target one enemy in line of sight and long range. They become vulnerable.
Okay.
I'm going to target your Silence Man to make them vulnerable.
All right.
So Silence Men are vulnerable now because you agreed?
Yes.
And then debating who I was going to attack first. I think I'm going to do a flank charge with the giant.
Okay.
So he's going to charge in the flank of that unit there.
All right.
So I could use Rush of Aggression, but there's no need to give him critical blow because he only rolls 1 dice anyway.
Okay.
So I'm not going to play that card. I'm going to play There's Too Many after you have to do your panic test.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll the dice. I'm basically in, but if I roll a 1, I get a disordered charge.
Right.
And because I'm going to be going through the corpse pile, there's no way around it, even if I pivot when I charge.
Yeah.
when I align my tray with yours, my base is going to hit the corpse pile. So that has horrific, which is -1 to your morale, and hindering, so I don't get my charge bonus.
Okay.
So I don't get to re-roll my attack dice.
Okay.
So this is not my attack dice, this is my charge dice.
Mm-hmm.
2. That's not a disordered card. There is some abilities that make you get a disordered charge on a 1 or a 2, but no, only a 1 is a disordered charge.
Okay.
So he's aligned in there now, and I'm going to roll my dice for attacking now. 1 dice, don't get a 1. 5, so it hits. I have no wounds on him, so you take D3 wounds.
Okay.
3 wounds.
Okay.
So you have 2 left. Now you have to do your morale check.
Yep.
I'm going to play There's Too Many. When enemy is performing a panic test before the dice is rolled, that enemy suffers -1 to the roll for each of your friendly units in short range up to 3. Short range is 6. I have the giant obviously is in range. I have my spearwives is in range, and I'm going to check if the raiders are in range. So you take, because there was in 6, you're -3 to your morale.
Okay.
And you would get +1 because of the tree.
Yeah.
But you get -1 because you were sitting in the corpse pile, so they cancel each other out.
Okay.
So what's your morale?
7.
So your morale is now 10. You have to beat 10.
Let's try. Nope.
Nope. And there's nothing on there. Vulnerable was your armor. So what did you roll for your D3?
3. So
Okay. So,
unit's gone.
okay, that worked out better than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So the giant charges his turn, so he gets a Surge Force action.
Right.
So he can get a free maneuver.
Okay.
So, and then any units that were engaged in with that unit too get a free pivot.
Right.
So Tormund's unit's going to get a pivot, and I'm going to move, maybe I'll move the giant up over top of the objective. I'll see how I'll do it.
Okay.
So the giant maneuvered, he turned around and did his move for Surge and Force, going towards your guys with bows over there.
Yep.
And then I did my free pivot with the spearwives, and they pivoted over top of the objective, so now they control that one.
Right.
And that's my turn. Also, because I killed a unit, I get a victory point too. So I have 3 and you're at 1 right now.
Yep.
So you decide what you're going to do?
Yeah, and after a little bit of debate, because originally I was going to put Roger Carlaw on the money bag to put wounds back on the silence men to give them another, but after we talked it out a little bit, I'm not sure if that's the best course of action right now.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the Ironborn Bowmen, and they're going to shoot at your bear girls.
Okay, the Frozen Shore Frozen Shore Bear Riders.
Yeah. Some of my favorite models in the whole line, by the way. But,
yeah, they're cool. We've learned now they're pretty mean.
Yeah. Polar bears, yay!
So, and they have ability too. If you shoot on the flank, you get the reroll, right?
Yes, Ironborn arrows may reroll attack dice when attacking enemies in the flank or rear.
Okay, so you're declaring you're doing a ranged attack, right?
Yes, I am.
So you get to shift up 2 if you want. Are you going to... it's a free shift. It does shift. You can go forward, backwards, sideways. So you can actually shift back if you like. It's up to you.
I might shift a tiny bit so I'm more over top of the objective.
Okay. And their shot is long range, right?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
nice. So you get 12 plus 2 if you shift. You get 14. Awesome. So how many dice do they get?
6. And
Okay.
it hits on 4s.
Okay. And because you're on the flank, you can re-roll any 2. So you get 4 hits.
Yep.
And because you're on my flank, it's just like if you're charging at the flank, you're shooting at the flank. So I'm -1 to my morale. And, oh no, it's -1 to my panic test and -1 to my defense. So they have a 4 up, so now they have a 5 up.
Okay.
So 5 ups. Jeez, these dice,
Wow.
all game. I was editing the first half that we did. I've been rolling crazy for these dice.
Yep.
So I take 1 wound. The normal calves usually has 3 wounds. The bears have 4 each. So I'm going to use Craster,
Okay.
and I'm going to put him on the swords because I don't want you to take the swords to get another attack with your bowman.
Okay.
So instead of attacking with the giant, leaving you the swords to attack my guys again with your bows, I'm going to take the swords instead of just normally attacking to take it from you.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to give it to my giant. So he hits on anything but a 1.
Oh,
Is that the same one that rolled 1 last time?
I think so.
Okay, and I don't have any cards. Regroup and reform and rest of aggression. Nope, can't do anything. But I did take the swords. I think that's what happened last time. I took the swords from you and did it and only rolled a 1. Giants don't use swords.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to activate the Silence Men now.
Okay.
And I'm going to play the Iron Price.
What's that do?
It's a tactics card that's been updated. Part of a friendly term, target 1 friendly combat unit and choose 1. That unit may remove 1 condition token. You may remove 1 pillage token from that unit. If you do, it restores 2 wounds, plus 1 wound for each of its destroyed ranks. I don't have any pillage tokens. That's not the one I'm going to use. Or I can use that unit attacks using its highest attack die value this turn. You may remove 1 pillage token from that unit. If you do, you may reroll any attack dice this turn.
Okay.
So, because I don't have any pillage tokens, I can't use those to reroll, but I can still do attack at my highest attack die value.
Okay.
So, I'm playing the Iron Price.
Okay.
On them. And so that makes their attack die value a 7.
Okay, and who are you attacking?
I'm going to... How many wounds does the giant have left?
3.
I'm going to attack the giant.
Okay. What I don't know, because again, that's come up, is that can you split your attacks? Because you're engaged with both units. Can you give some to the giant and some to the other one? I never checked that when I skimmed through the rules again, so I went through it more. But you want to try to kill the giant?
Yeah,
right? Okay.
I'm gonna do
and then we'll check later if you can split attacks.
Okay, so 7 dice hits on a 3.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
No rerolls or anything. And they have...
Because I don't have pillage tokens, I can't do the reroll.
Okay, and they naturally have Sundering, right? Because the objective gives you Sundering, but you don't control it now.
Yes, I naturally have Sundering.
Okay, so I have -1 to my armor save.
Yep.
And what did the card do? Oh, you hide value. Okay, so the giant has a defense value of, only 5. Nope, that's a Free Folk Raiders. Where am I looking at? 4, so now it's a 5. Okay. So I need 5s. You only need 3 to kill him. So 3 wounds, killed him. And it was his panic test. I would have killed him too, but he's dead.
Cool.
Unlike the mammoth, though, the mammoth, if you kill it, it falls over and you take the 3 wounds.
Oh.
The giant doesn't fall over.
I'm surprised the giant doesn't.
I think
to be honest.
the mammoths are bigger than the giants anyway. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Because the giants ride the mammoths.
Mm-hmm.
So kill the giant. So you get a victory point.
Cool.
And you also killed... Oh, I wonder how that works. You think... Now that you killed that, I'm realizing it. But that's the rules. For a solo, each hit point counts as a wound to control objectives. How does that work with your pillage? If you do a wound to a solo, does that count as a rank?
That's a good question. Because I get objective tokens.
Yeah.
Killing.
And when you control objectives, solos monsters count their ranks as wounds.
Yeah.
So we'll have to look into that too.
Yep.
But for sure, you just killed him. You'll get a victory point, and we'll see how the pillage would work with that.
Cool. So we figured out from looking in the book that the giant, because it's a single, counts as 1 rank. So I was able to get a pillage token. Greyjoys get pillage tokens every time they kill a rank in melee. So since the monster was 1 rank, I got a pillage token. So we're using that treasure to represent the pillage tokens because I can't find my pillage tokens at the moment.
Okay.
So, no, they're done.
And then what bonuses? You get a bonus for having a pillage token on them, right?
Yes. So each time a House Greyjoy unit destroys an enemy rank with a melee attack, it gains 1 pillage token.
Oh, so you don't get it for ranged attacks, so that's good to know too. So
no, and that's why I think the bowmen have a thing about moving pillage tokens around.
Ah, okay.
And that's probably why. A unit can have up to 2 pillage tokens at any time. That unit gains the following based on the number of pillage tokens. Effects are cumulative. 1+, you get +1 to morale test rolls, and 2 +1 to attack.
Also, so they get +1 morale right now.
Yep.
And then you can do weird stuff with pillage tokens and stuff too, right?
Yep.
Like your card there, if you just expended it, the one you just played, you can expend your pillage tokens to do stuff too or something?
Yes.
Okay. So that's your turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to attack with my Free Folk Raiders on your Silence Men.
Okay.
So they're full ranks. And you greet only makes them -1 to hits. He doesn't give any bonuses. So they get 6 dice hitting on a 4. So 6 dice hitting on a 4. Ugh. Oh, three hits.
Oh, 5 ups. 1.
So I killed. Oh, I got rid of your second rank.
Yep.
So now you have to do a panic test.
Yep.
And you're not within 6 of the +1 to morale. So what's the morale?
Their morale is a 6+.
Okay. Passed it. You're good. Or you would have lost 3. Now you would have lost that unit. That would have sucked.
Yep.
You had a vulnerable token on it. Do I want you to expend it? Yeah, reroll the 5. I didn't even see the expendable one. You had a 5. Nope, you failed. So you lose 1 more.
Yep.
Doesn't affect your panic or anything, but you lose 1 more guy.
So I'm going to use Roderick Harlow now, and I'm going to put him on the money bags. He's going to use from the money bags, restore up to 3 wounds, and remove 1 condition token from the unit. They don't have any condition tokens, but I'm going to restore 3 wounds to the Silenced Men.
So you're not going to use the ability on the card?
No.
Activate the Bear Riders next. So when they activate, they get a free maneuver. So they're going to pivot on the spot to face your bowmen. So they did their free maneuver for being Cav. And then they pivoted afterwards so they can avoid the corpse pile. And now they're going to do a ranged attack against them. So I can shift up another 2 if I like. But I have to stay an inch away from your base. So 4 dice. And they all hit, because I believe they hit. Yeah, oh, they hit on hit on a 4. So 4 hit.
So you don't have anything that messes with defense or anything like that?
Not when they're throwing their spears. When they charge, they do.
Okay. So they are 6+. So it was 4, right?
Yep.
So 4 down. Got 1.
So 3 of them are dead.
All right.
And now it's a panic test, -1 because you're next to the corpse pile, which in short range.
All right. So their morale is an 8.
So now it's a 9.
Yes. Nope.
So you lose 3 more. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So now they're going to do their order, charge, and volley. This unit performs 1 charge action on the defender after it completes a ranged attack.
All right.
So they're going to do a charge, and then I'm going to play Rush of Aggression. When a friendly unit is performing a charge action before rolling the die, the unit automatically counts as rolling 6 on the charge distance, and their melee attack has critical blow.
Ooh.
So they already have Vix's Sundering. This is like happened last time. And Precision. Now they have critical blow. So now they have all the stuff.
Yeah, they're going to mow right through them.
After this attack has been completed, unless the attacker is Tormund's unit, they become vulnerable. So I'm going to become vulnerable if I do... Oh, no, this isn't the one that if I kill them. So yeah, even if I kill them, they still become vulnerable.
Okay.
Okay. So I rolled 6, so that's instant end.
Yeah.
And I'll do my attacks.
Okay.
So I have precision and critical blow. This is what happened last time. If I roll a 6, it's an instant wound for you.
All right.
And each 6 also counts as another hit.
Oh, okay. Great.
That's what happened last time. 3 of them missed. The other ones are 6s. So those 3 are instant wounds.
Okay.
And I add 3 more hits. So you have to make 3 more saves.
So 6+?
Oh, and their armor's 6+?
Yeah.
Defender suffers -1 to defense rolls.
So that makes it a 7+ then?
You can't get 7 on the dice.
No.
I think
okay.
it's most games they say to a minimum. I don't think you can get under. I don't think you can negate saves completely. It's been a bit. I'm going to double check.
Okay.
So your armor is -7 now. You can't roll that, but 6 always passes. It says in the book,
Okay.
and 1 always fails.
So let's see. 3 dice. Nope.
So those 3 are gone, and you would have lost from panic too.
Yep.
So that unit's gone.
Mowed through that unit.
Yeah, those guys are the bears are pretty mean.
Yeah.
So I get a victory point for that unit too. So because they charged, they surged force, and I did a maneuver and pivot, and they're over top of the other objective now.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So I'm going to activate the House Harlow Reapers now. They're going to charge into Ygritte's unit that's engaged with the Silenced Men.
Okay, and you have to go through the forest, so that's fortified and cover. So shooting through it, you can't, and because you're charging through it or moving through it, I get +1 to my defense.
Yeah. So let's roll
And
a
I
dice.
think they were 9 away, so you got, and their movement is 6.
Yes.
Okay, so you need a 3+. You don't have any dice or cards that you can play that can increase charges, or you don't go anything, right?
Nope.
Okay.
We're good.
Oh, you rolled a 6? Yeah, so you're definitely in. And you get rerolls because you charged.
Yep.
Ooh, lucky they don't have precision or critical blow. That would have sucked for me.
No.
Well, you only missed one, so you get to re-roll the 2 then. Another 6, jeez.
Yep, they're angry.
So 7 of my guys.
Yep.
You don't have... Oh, I'm vulnerable, so you can make me re-roll my armor saves too, if you want to expend a token. Even with Sigmarite's buff, I'm -1 to hit. You would hit on a 4. You still hit everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So 7 defense dice I got to roll. Ugh. I passed 2. Do you want to expend my token to see if I fail even more?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll these 2. Expend my vulnerable. Oh, I failed everything. Because their armor is only, 5+. So 7 of them are dead.
Cool.
Ouch. So I have to do a panic test. You have vicious, but I'm within 6 of the tree that gives me +1 to morale.
Yeah.
So my morale is 7. So I'm going to be -1. My morale is 8.
Okay.
6, I failed. I lose 1. And because they're disorganized, I lose +1 wound from failing the panic test, so I lose 1 more wound.
Boy, okay.
So 2 are dead. So that was rough for them.
Yeah.
So that goes over to my turn. So I'm going to play Lady Vol, and I'm going to put her on the horses. It's the same ability she has on her card. I can make a maneuver or a retreat action.
Okay.
And I'm going to target the free folk, and they're going to make a retreat action.
Okay.
The free folk raiders. So when you do a retreat, it's your move speed +1 dice, and then you get a pivot after.
Okay.
And you can go sideways with this one too if you decide to retreat sideways. So I'm going to roll my dice. So, and their movement is 5, so I get to move 8. So I moved back 8, and I went from the back of the base because I am only 4 away, but I went from measured back because it looked like that's how they did it in the book too.
Yeah.
So I don't think I moved the front all the way 8 away because then the back will be farther than 8 away.
Right.
So the back of the base actually hit 8. Their tray. So that's my turn. Do you have any other activations?
I have NCU, sorry.
Non-combat unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put Aaron Greyjoy on the crown. And I'm going to use the crown's 1 enemy unit must make a panic test and suffer -1 to their dice roll.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to do that to you, Great unit.
So I'm rolling on 8s. And I -1. I add +1 to my wound because I'm disorganized too.
Right.
Okay. Oh, that's a free one.
It's not good.
So, but lucky it's not more on the... I wanted the one there because there's 3 in that unit. So I lose 2 because 1 normal, 1 from disorganized. So your Greet's only left.
Okay.
She still counts as a unit even though she's attachment because
Right.
the unit's not completely done. She's just the last person to go.
Okay.
So if I put wounds back on, I can still put them on because the unit isn't gone yet because she's part of the unit.
Right.
So I'm going to attack with Tormund's unit. So you have to charge the unit you throw the spears at. I was going to try to throw the spears at the Silensmen and then charge your Reapers.
Okay.
But you have to charge the unit you throw spears at.
All right.
So they're going to charge your unit of Reapers.
Okay.
But I'm going to throw my spears first. So they're going to shift up 2 and then throw spears.
Okay.
Oh, even if you're... they always throw 4s with their spears.
Okay.
So 4 dice. And they hit on 4s. So 3 hit.
So their armor's 5.
Nice, you only failed 1. So panic test +1 because you're close to the tree.
Yep. So because I have a pillage token, I get +1 to morale test rolls. So my morale's usually a 6.
Okay.
So that then makes it a 5, right?
Yeah, and you're within the tree, so you're at 4.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you're good, probably, unless you were really bad. Oh, you passed.
Yep.
Because you would have lost 3. Okay. And they have no tokens on them, so that. So now I'm going to do an order and charge on that unit.
All right.
So charge 3 plus their 6 movement because they got upgraded. It was 5. They're in.
Yep.
Because they have furious charge, you become vulnerable.
Yep.
And because I have torment in that unit, the unit attacks gain sundering too.
Okay.
So they still got their full rank, so they get 7 dice because they updated. It was 6 before, but now it's 7, 7, 4.
Ooh.
So they get 7 dice.
All right.
So I'll re-roll those 3 that missed. And they hit with their spears on 4s. So I only missed 1, so 6 hits, minus 1 to your armor.
All right. So I need 6s. Nope.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to expend your vulnerable, so 6 die.
Yep.
So because your pillage in the 4th, your morale is 4.
Yep.
You're good.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, so they get, once they got getting pillage tokens, they're getting better already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's everybody, right?
Yep.
So now we'll get rid of any tokens, not the vulnerable tokens and the conditions and influence cards, and then we'll do scoring.
Okay.
So before we do the scoring, because they're not engaged anymore when I made the retreat, they get to do a free pivot. Not a maneuver, but they could have pivoted, but you don't want to pivot, right?
No, because they're on the objective, so good.
Okay, so then we'll do the scoring now. So I got a score here. What's that objective? What's a Bear Riders?
Yeah. So it says when you score points with this objective, one friendly unit in long range of the unit controlling this objective restores 1 wound, plus 1 wound for each of its destroyed ranks.
Okay, well, your Greek unit is way more than 12 away.
Yep.
So I can't do that one, but I get a victory point for that. No one controls that. No one controls that one. That one is contested. You're on top of, no, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here. So yeah, you're not on one over there.
Nope.
But because I retreated, you do own that one now.
Yeah.
So you get a victory point for that.
Awesome.
So because you control that, you gain Sundering, but you already have Sundering.
Yep.
So at the end of round 3, I have 5 and you have 3. So if you would have been able to kill that unit, it still would have been close. You would have been at 4.
Yep.
So then it will be your turn on turn 4. So I got rid of Regroup and Reform, and I picked up 3 new tactic cards.
Yep, and I picked up 3 new tactic cards also. So I'm going to use Roger Carlaw to take the swords. One friendly unit may make a free attack action, and I'm going to use the Reapers to attack Tormund's unit.
Okay. Do you have any cards or anything you're going to play?
Yes. I'm going to play the Kraken's Wrath. When a friendly unit is performing a melee attack before rolling attack dice, if you control swords, this attack gains precision.
Oh, nice.
So, because my second rank isn't fully dead, I got 2 ranks, so I can roll 6 dice, and it's a 3+. Ooh.
You didn't charge, so you don't get any rerolls or anything?
No.
But because of your Kraken's Wrath, you have precision, right?
Yes.
So what's precision do?
Precision is 1 you can't save, that's 6.
Okay. So I get 2 hits and 1 automatic wound. 3+. There, I don't think they have armor. Their armor is 5+, so 2 more are dead.
Okay.
So I got to roll a panic test. So they have vicious, you were saying?
Yes.
So I get +1 because of the tree. So I get -1 to my roll.
Right.
So their morale is 7. So it goes to 8 now. Oh, they rolled a 10. They're good.
That's lucky.
Okay. Oh, I don't have any. Nope. Yeah, I don't have panicked. You can't make me re-roll that or anything.
Right.
Okay. So that's their turn?
Yeah,
Oh.
but before I do that, I can't do Prey on Fear because you passed the panic test. But because of that, because I have a War Sworn, which is like the captain of that unit, after this unit completes a melee attack, if the defender suffered any wounds, this unit restores 1 wound, plus 1 additional wound for each of the defender's destroyed ranks.
So I suffer 1 wound, and the defender's destroyed ranks. You destroyed a rank, so I suffer 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I restore 2 wounds. The unit restores 1 wound, and then plus 1 wound for the defender's destroyed ranks. So I restore 2 wounds.
Oh, okay. So you got your 2 wounds back then?
Yep. And if you had failed that panic test, I could have restored 2 more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I like about this game. This was looking pretty good in my favor for the first 2 rounds, and now that your combat guys are in combat, it's pretty close now.
Yep.
So now it's over to me. So I'm going to activate Craster, and he's going to go on the money bags.
All right.
And I'm going to do his card ability is each time Caster claims his own, you may place his effectors, draw 1 tactics card, and restore 2 wounds to 1 friendly combat unit. So instead of restoring 3 wounds from the money bags, I'm going to restore 2 and then draw a tactics card.
Okay.
Also at start of turn, your Greet would have made your Silence Min vulnerable because he backs straight up. So she is you have to be line of sight to do it. So she is facing you.
Right.
And then I did Craster, Return Wounds. I got Coordination Tactics too for my tactic card.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So the Reapers are going to attack Tormund's unit. And because they've got 2 ranks, it's 6 dice. Hits on a 3+.
Now you didn't charge, unfortunately, so you don't have rerolls.
No.
Your pillage token, just one of them, just gives you morale, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If it was 2, I would have +1 to attack, but it's only 1. So that's 3 hits.
And you don't have Sundering, right?
No, I have
just vicious. Okay.
Yep. The Silence Men are the ones that have Sundering.
Okay. 5+. Saved 1, so I lose 2 more. And then I got to do Panic. So I got to pass on 6. Passed. So they're good.
I was lucky.
Yeah. Lady Vol's going to go, and I'm going to go on the crowns with her.
Okay.
And she's going to make your Silence Man do a Panic test.
All right. I'm back at a 6+ because of Lady Vol. Ooh.
I was hoping you got more, but you lose 1 more.
Yeah.
So you lost that rank, though, so that helped.
Yep.
And that's my turn. I also have 1 more pass token, too, if I want to use it.
Right.
So because I gave myself another rank, I wasn't thinking, and you destroyed that rank with your melee, not because I passed my morale test, you actually destroyed another rank because you got rid of them.
Right.
So you got your second pillage token.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works because you destroyed another rank. I gave myself
and it has
one.
to be a melee with a melee attack.
Yeah. So now you get +1 to your attack with 2 of them.
Yes.
And it's cumulative. Cumulative?
Cumulative?
Yeah. So you get 1 to your morale and 1 to your...
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Aaron Greyjoy now. I'm going to put him on the envelope, which is draw 2 tactics cards and place any 1 condition token on an enemy unit. So I'm going to draw my 2 tactics cards.
So you put the vulnerable token on Tormund's unit?
Yes.
I'm going to march your Greet's unit.
Okay.
So she's going to march and do a pivot afterwards. So she's just retreating off. She does have the Endless Horde on there, so if you do kill her, I'll get a unit back. But she's just moving back, maybe going to go to objective or getting away from those guys coming together. I don't want to give you a victory point.
Right. So with the Silence Men, I'm just going to pivot them slightly that way. And then that's it. That's all they're going to do because they're on an objective. So they're just going to stay there.
So you have no more other things to activate?
Nope.
So I did maneuver my giant. He turned around and then did 5 inches. Didn't get to the objective, but he's coming this way.
Yep.
So I got off the objective because I think my team's going to need some help, and that's my heavy hitting unit there. So they did a free maneuver and then a march. So at the start of my turn, I'm going to play Endless Horde because there's 2 of them in this deck, and I'm going to put that on Tormund's unit. So it's the same as if your Greet unit die, I get to replace it with a free folk one because there's 2 of those. So if you kill Tormund's unit, I'll get a free folk unit of Raiders. And then Tormund's unit is going to activate and they're going to attack your Reapers.
All right.
Before I'm going to play Overwhelming Assault, before rolling any attack dice for each friendly unit engaging the defender, choose 1. So there's only 1 engaged with you.
Yeah.
I can re-roll attack dice, get critical blow, or gain sundering. Because I didn't do a charge one, I'm going to pick re-roll the attack dice.
Okay.
Because Tormund already gives them sundering, so I don't got to do that. And I don't want to get critical blow. Hopefully I don't roll a bunch of 6s here, because then I would have got more attacks. So 7 dice.
Okay.
Hits on a 4, which re-rolls because of my tactic card I played.
Okay.
Did I roll any? Oh, I would have got 2 extra hits if I picked critical blow. And I only get to, I get to re-roll the 3 and the 2.
Yep.
Nope, got the same thing.
Wow.
So it would have been better to pick critical blow because I would have got 2 extra hits on you.
Yes.
So that's 4, 5 hits on you. So armor 6.
No, nothing.
Oh, so 4, 5. 5 are dead. Okay, there's 2 left. You still got that good morale now because of that tree in the pillage token.
Yeah.
So I think what's the morale that you have to roll on?
So the morale's normally a 6 because of the pillage token. It's a 5, and now because of the tree, it's a 4.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're good.
Awesome.
I'm not going to be, until I get my giant in there with fishes, I'm not going to be able to break past that morale.
Yeah.
So, Tormund's done. So that's the end of round 4. We'll clean up and then get objective points. So the only objective that one is contested because you're on it and I can't get the point. You own that one. And that one just gives you Sundering, which you already have.
Yep.
So now it's 4 to 5.
Yep.
So if you get your Greets unit, we're tied. Yep. But then I'll get a unit back on the board. So it's close. So, because I don't want you playing it, and I want to take it away from you, I'm going to use the swords to let Tormod's unit do attack action.
Okay.
So still 7. Hitting on 4s.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't do our tactic cards too. I keep forgetting we got to do free at the start too.
Right.
So I got 2 diversion tactics and rest of aggression. So nothing I can play after that roll anyway.
All right.
So free hits on you. Because of Tormod, I have Thundering, so armor is 6. Yeah. Reroll that 6 because you have vulnerable. I'll make you expend it. Damn it! You got it done. Oh, there's only 2 left though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got rid of that unit.
You did.
And that's a victory point. So now it's looking kind of rough for those guys.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn.
So I'm going to use Raladric Harlaw on the money bags. I'm going to restore 3 wounds and remove 1 condition token from the silenced men.
Okay. So, because I use the swords, they can still activate. And they're going to throw spears at you first.
Okay.
So I get to shift up. So I'm going to shift up 2. And when you shift, you can't pivot. I don't know if we mentioned that too. It's just a straight shift up to shift sideways, backwards. So I can actually shift over 2 to make myself in more of a flank. So shifted 2, and then and I'm on your flank, so it's going to get the bonuses for that too. All 4s, 4 dice hitting on 4s.
Yep.
And 2 hit.
Plus. Nope.
It would actually been 6 plus because you would have got -1 to your defense because of the flank shot.
Yeah, it didn't
roll
6.
And now you got to do your panic test -1.
All right.
Is that? Oh no, that's okay. They have pillage tokens, so they have 1 to the morale.
Yes.
But they're not within 6 of the. We went through that before. That's what keeping them in there so long because of that tree, but they're away. So -1 because of the flank.
Right. Their morale is normally 6, and they have a pillage token.
So it's back to normal. So you're at standard 6.
Yeah.
Passed. Lucky.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do their order. After they throw their spears, they can charge.
All right.
So they're going to charge you. And I'm going to trigger a card too.
Okay.
So I'm going to do Rush of Aggression with them. So that counts as 6 when they do their charge, and they get critical blow.
Okay.
So I don't even... Oh, I should roll the die. That's a D3. What is it?
A 3.
Okay, so it's not a disorderly charge.
No.
They have Vicious Charge, so you become vulnerable.
Yep.
And 7 dice still. Hitting on a 4. I charge, so I get to re-roll that. I didn't get any 6s, unfortunately, so I don't trigger critical blow.
No.
But I'm going to re-roll that 3.
Okay.
1. So 5 hits. Because I'm on your flank, you get -1. And because I have Sundering because of Tormod, you get another -1.
Okay.
So your armor is...
5 plus.
Oh, so yeah, 6. You have to roll 6s.
All right. Nope.
So that's the whole unit?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's everything.
Yeah. And that's all of the stuff I
Yeah, because you can't kill the NCUs.
Nope.
I don't know if there's like a homebrew version where you... Because I know there's walls and castles you can siege and other stuff too if you can capture.
Yeah.
And we were looking into the tactics games that are coming out soon. I think you can kill people or capture them too. That's also, you can actually take people hostage in it.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, because we're interested in getting that. I don't know if anyone else is getting that too.
Yeah, if you are, let us know.
So yeah, those bear riders are pretty vicious.
Yeah.
We got them because we both like the polar bears and they look cool. But yeah, on the charge, even on the front, I thought they'd be more flankers, but even toe to toe, they're pretty mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think maybe because you put your bowmen in coming in on like their flanks, maybe having them on the board first so you could pick at me would have helped maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking because I had 2 units in reserve this time. I'm thinking maybe I wanted to try it, see how it worked.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't the best idea. And that now knowing a little bit more about how Vicious and Sundering work, having the Silenced Men and the Reapers on the flanks of stuff is a better idea. So it's it's an interesting game, learning now about positioning and stuff like that. I think it's going to be neat. And pillage tokens. I have to get into a situation where I kill more ranks. So I get more pillage tokens.
Well, that's the problem with free folk, right? Because I'm thinking about doing the monster list with the giants with 2 mammoths. I got to paint them up, and there's Wan and Mag the Mighty, I think.
Yeah.
But that's going to suck with your pillage tokens.
That's okay. We'll figure it
But
out.
then if we play I think there's other ones that, like, I think Night Swats is good at killing with their siege weapons, monsters and stuff too.
And we did buy the Starks and Lannister starter set
When we first got this a while ago.
So it'd be interesting. Maybe we'll try to put that together and see if we can get some Starks and Lannisters going too.
But we got a bunch of free folk guys. We got to get more Greyjoys.
Yeah.
We do. But if there's anyone you want to see played, or you have any lists you want to try out, or have any recommendations for me or Ravin, you can let us know too in the comments.
Because we're curious about Oberon, Martellin, the Sand Snakes, and
yep.
A bunch of other stuff. I'm curious how it works. So, yeah, let us know. I mean, it would be interesting. And even if there's any NCUs that you want to see.
Yeah, because I know lots of I don't think free folk can take, because there's neutral units too that you can add. I don't think free folk can take neutrals. I don't know if Greyjoys can. I think they.
I forget.
Because I know the people like Peter Baelish and Lord Varys is a common one too.
And they have a new Arya that's a NCU too.
Oh, cool.
That came out recently, so. Yeah, but that was really fun. So we hope you had as much fun watching as we had fun playing. Thanks for coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.